الحمد لله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وجعل الظلمات والنور ثم الذين كفروا بربهم يعدلون. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله لقد جاءت رسل ربنا بالحق. Okay, so now after dealing with the first part of speech in Arabic, which is said
Al-Ism.
now. So now we are entering into the world of second part of speech was
Al-Fi'l.
al-fi'l, the verb. So we said that the verb what?
The verb has three parts.
Mm-mm.
الفعل ثلاثة أذواء.
Hmm?
الفعل
Mhm.
الفعل
Mhm.
ثلاثة له I didn't put marking.
Mhm.
أذواع.
أنواع
عن
أنواع.
أنواع
نعم.
أنواع.
Mhm. Mm. أو ثلاثة أنواع. نعم. So we said the verb is three types of verbs. What was the first type we said?
الماضي.
الماضي,
الماضي,
which is
the past.
past tense verb. Now, then we said
المضارع.
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 نعم.
Present, future.
Present and future. Now, and then we said the last type of verb is what?
الأمر.
فعل الأمر,
أمر.
which is
command.
a command. So this is the division of verbs as relates to tense, time. So that's dealing with time. We're going to discuss other divisions of verbs that is not related to time. Now, so there's going to be this study of verbs. This part is going to be the most important part of studying verbs. We have الفعل الثلاثي المجرد. 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 الفعل الثلاثي المجرد. What are we talking about? So we know the fi'l is verb. What do you think thulathi means?
Three types.
Three. So not three types.
Three.
Al-mujarrad. So a fi'l thulathi al-mujarrad is a verb that consists of only three letters. Right? That is three. from having any addition to it. Right? Mm-hmm.
That 3 consonant verb.
So, yeah. A 3. Or not A, I'm gonna say the, because I nah. So it is the three letter. You can put consonant if you want. Verb. That is free from additional letters. Additional letters. Free from additional letters. Now,
Mujadar means
mujabra means free.
Free.
Nothing added to it. Means something that is basically pure. Give me 1 minute. Okay? So that means every single letter in this word is needed in order for it to keep its meaning. فعل الثلاثي المجرد. Later we're going to learn about الفعل المزيد. المزيد فيه that has extra letters. Meaning some letters can be taken away while the meaning the original meaning is still in there. So this is الفعل الثلاثي المجرد. Okay. Now الفعل الثلاثي المجرد. Well, let's just talk about the this word فعل, which means verb. This is important. فعل. فعل. We're going to learn from here on out scales, patterns. When it comes to verbs, also nouns, and this is that's another sidebar benefit or issue, are nouns taken from verbs or verbs taken from nouns. Either way, it doesn't, no matter what position we take, it doesn't free us from the process of looking at this as our prototype for extracting verbs. Fa'ala. This isn't your issue. This can change. This is your issue. Fa'ala. This will now be equal to, for lack of a better expression, a cookie cutter. So every time you put dough in here, it's going to come out with that same shape. If you have a star-shaped cookie cutter, you cannot put dough and it comes out circle. If you have a moon-shaped, crescent-shaped cookie cutter, you cannot put dough and it comes out a star. It's going to come out based on the cookie cutter. So now, this right here is the prototype for what a verb is to be, fa'ala. You have fa'ala. This means that, don't worry about this. The first letter of every verb, it doesn't have to be fa. But because this is the cookie cutter, it's going to be called fa'ul fi'l. The fa of the verb. Okay. The second letter is going to be called ainul fi'l. The ain of the verb, which means the middle letter. So the fa'ul fi'l means the first letter of the verb. Ainul fi'l means the second letter of the verb. Wa lamul fi'l means the third letter of the verb. So you want to get right now used to these terminologies. You have one, فاء والفعل equals first letter. You have number two. الفعل. Right? Or the second letter. And we say the first and second letter, we're talking about the actual verb, not additions. You're going to have lam الفعل. I'm sorry. I'm writing الفعل and it's الفعلي. الفعلي. الفعل. The third letter. Now just to try to bring this, so we have the fa'al fi'al. The haraka that's on fa'al is fatha. Ayn al-fa'al, the haraka is فتح. لام الفعل, the حركة is فتح.
So they always have,
No.
no,
Mm-mm.
okay.
This is why we had to take it. So that when it changes, I can say, oh, because of this, the Ayn al-Fi'l will take this. And the word, it can not, the word does not have to have an Ayn in it, but you know what I'm talking about. You're gonna know that I'm talking about the middle letter of the root of the word. Now, with Thulathi al-Mujarrad, this particular scale is going to take memorization. Why? Because it doesn't have consistent patterns. This is one of those exceptions in the Arabic language. The Arabic language is one of the, if not the easiest language in the world. People say, what? Especially Arab, when you say that to them, they say, yeah, how do you learn Arabic? Arabic is difficult. I say, no, Arabic is easy. Why? Because the majority of the Arabic language is made up of consistent, constant patterns. If you pay attention to those patterns, I don't care if you're studying Nahu, grammar, sarf, morphology, balagha, eloquence, and like that. I don't care what science you're studying. It has constant and consistent patterns, and the exceptions are rare. They have exceptions, but they're rare. When we look at the fi'l al-thulathi al-mujarrad, this is one of the rarities, but it's not difficult because even in its rarity, we're going to find consistency also with the exceptions. Even the exceptions have consistency in them. That's always, like if I say this is an exception, then that's always going to be an exception. Or the majority of the time, 90% of the time, 99% of the time, that's the exception. No, it's not random exceptions. No. You know, that's very, very, very Arabic language. So this is your cookie cutter, fa'ala. You have to put your dough, which is the word, in that in order to know what letter, what vowels to put on the letters. And like that. So I'm going to put some dough into the cookie cutter. So I'm going to begin expressing to you scales. Right? When I express to you the scale, when I say this is going to be the first scale we're going to take, if I tell you, I'm sorry, erase that or scratch it up. I don't want to give you this one. I want to give you a different one. So I can go straight to the scale. So this is not on the scale. Now, so now this is just my way. It's going to be very literal. I'm being very literal. There's no tricks going on here. So I'm going to tell you now, Abdul Haq. This word, these letters you see, is from this scale. What is the scale?
Fa'ala.
Nah. So this is the fa'ala scale. So this is on that same scale. So now, because I told you this is on that scale, how would you read that word?
That's all.
There we go. So this is the mali. Mudari. So now, in order to make the mudari, I added a ya. Fa'ala means he did. Yaf'alu means he's doing. Do you know the meaning of nasara?
Nasara.
Nasara means to aid, to help, to aid. That means he aided or helped. So now, if you want to turn that into mudari, like I did with this, what are you going to do?
Add a yeah. So it's gonna be Yansulu. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yansuru.
Nah. That's that scale. Now, this is just a run through. It's going to be a better breakdown because we know our class is short today, Thomas.
Yeah, 16.
Okay. Then we want the command. So I'm going to give you this, and then after that, we're going to talk about where does the mudari come from? How do you get to the mudari in the first place? What made me put a yad there? Right? So then we get to the command. The command for the cookie cutter is see that? Nam. So read that first. The cookie cutter read that scale.
Ta'ala. Yaf'ulu. Uf. Uf'ul.
Nah. So he did, he's doing, do.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He do.
No, do.
Oh, do.
Man.
Do. Okay.
Now this is, I'm just giving you an example of this scale. Because in notice I'm gonna say do, you say if I.
No.
So this is not exactly how you say do, but I'm explaining to you this scale with these words that we're gonna take comes from this scale. So now how do you say help?
That would be
Based on the scale.
yeah, let me write it first. So it would be unsur. Unsur.
Nah. Like the hadith, the Prophet said, Unsur akhak zaliman or madluman. Aid your brother whether he's an oppressor or being oppressed. Unsur. Now.
So to aid, he's aiding. And
No, not to aid. He aided. He's aiding.
aided.
That's past tense. Fa'ala. Nasara. That's past tense. We're taking them just like we took them with the three tenses. Past, present, command. So this is past, present, command.
He aided. He's aiding. He aided. He's what? He aided. He's aided.
No, he's aiding.
Aided.
Present tense.
Yeah, aiding. And aided. Or aid. Just aid.
You can also put help.
That's all. Yansuru. Suru. Unsur.
Nah. Nah. So this is the blueprint that we're going to pivot off with more detail. Next, we're going to talk about the mudari. Just, I'm not gonna focus on it right now. But we're just gonna take a rule, like we did before with other things, and then later on we're gonna come back to it. Going back and forth whether or not to do that. Yeah. No, we're not gonna do it. Okay. You know. Nah. So we're gonna come back. So all of this, we're going to discuss the first type of verb on the first type of scale. The first type of verb we're going to discuss is called al-fi'l al-sahih. You take the first type of verb is, and when we talk about, when I say the type of verb, this is right now, it's talking about the morphation or the changing of a verb. We're going to talk about the types of letters that a verb gets. So we're going to take al-fi'lu al-sahih. So as we take the verbs, we go into these scales. الفعل الصحيح It's the verb that none of its letters are hamza or long vowels. What are long vowels?
Alif. Wow. Yeah.
So no letter of the verb can be a hamza or an alif or a wow or a ya. And that's the way it's called sahih.
Sorry.
فعل صحيح. Now, have that. Okay, good. Let's stop here. هذا وصلى الله وسلم. Any questions or anything on the board? هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. السلام عليكم.